My name is Erik Andrade, and I work with a youth empowerment program from Treatment on Demand. And for me, this is embarrassing to me that I have to come here to outreach to you guys that are supposed to be concerned about the community. You guys, in essence, are the figureheads of the parental parents or the figures of the community. And if I have children or a family of our household, I am going to know what's going on in the household's rooms. I'm going to check and see what's going on. There's people dying, and that should be number one priority. There was 2 murders in 2 days in broad daylight. A gentleman was left in the street for 4 hours in front of little children walking down the street getting off a bus. There was no attempt to stop the kids from seeing this, desensitizing them to death. Seeing someone that was it hurts, it breaks my heart to see this. And the thing I want to bring up as a point is that if y'all aren't doing something, if you're not a part of the solution, you're a part of the problem.
That's right.
Because we all live in the same community and we're all breathing in the same air. If I had the Ebola virus, you guys think that it's not going to spread to other communities, but it's going to spread. It's not going to stop. And the root cause of it, I'm tired of looking in the Standard Times and seeing this baloney about gang of violence. It's not gang violence. It's poverty violence. As a matter of fact, it's not even the guys that are pulling the triggers that I'm upset at. I'm upset at the society that raised the person that pulled the trigger. I'm upset with the society. We are all responsible. We all killed Anderson. We killed Anderson, all of us. Every one of you in here killed Anderson. You killed him. You didn't do nothing to stop it. How many murders does it take before you're going to stop it? How many people are going to die? How many children are going to see their brothers' blood on the street before you do something? How many businesses are in New Bedford that make money off of these poor people every day, and take that money and go back to Wareham, go back to Fairhaven, go back to Dartmouth with it, and never reinvest? How is it that someone died in front of Fleet Bank, and Fleet Bank is not doing anything about this situation, which all is rooted in poverty? You got drugs in Cape Cod. You got guns in Cape Cod. You got drugs in Dartmouth. You probably have more drugs in them communities. You got drug dealers in them communities. It ain't people from this community that's selling the drugs. Otherwise, they wouldn't live here. Because they don't want their kids living in an environment where they could get shot. They don't want to be in an environment where they could get shot. These kids have no opportunity to get jobs. We got no jobs in the community. We got a school system that for 30 years has seen 1/3 of the population drop out of high school. Couple that with the fact that we have increasing standards to get a job. It's harder and harder. I graduated from college. I was in New Bedford for a year, living on the floor, not eating for days, applying at 7-Eleven, applying at Baker Books. There's no jobs out here. And then the programs that do give jobs don't get funding. You got $1.5 million to give to a task force to prevent, to stop crime? That's stupid. That's stupid. Anyone with common sense will tell you that it costs less money to put a fire detector inside a home than to rebuild a home after the fire is blazing. You want to stop the crime? Invest in the kids. Educate the kids. Give them employment. You could have these kids going out in the community and cleaning these potholed and dirty streets. You could have them tutoring the kids that are younger than them, teaching them how to read. You could pay these kids to do that. But what do? $1.5 million for a parking lot, $75,000 for a cobblestone road that's supposedly bringing money to the community. These communities are bringing money to. They ain't bringing money to our community. Of course, you got Tom Hodgson. You got signs all over the city, thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars of money wasted on advertisement, talking about you want to keep this community safe. Invest the money where it counts. Invest the money where it counts. Y'all exploit the poor people. Exploit the poor people. And keeping impoverished school systems that are terrible, school systems that are racist. I've worked in the school system. I've seen the racism. In the last 20 years in the state of Massachusetts, the funding for education has gone up 30% in 20 years. The funding for the prison industrial complex has gone up 450% in 20 years. The number of teachers in Massachusetts has declined 8%. The number of prison guards has rose 250%. It costs $65,000 to put someone in prison. How much money does it cost to go to UMass Dartmouth? $13,000 per year. How much money does it take to take the kids? That was a program that was going on before the summer when all of a sudden there was no money for it.
That's right.
That was taking kids from the north end, from the south end, from the west end, which historically have had problems, but taking them at a young age so they get to know each other and get to see something different from the community they're in and bring them to UMass Dartmouth doesn't have money.
That's right.
That should have been top priority. You got to start looking at the root causes and not treating us with symptoms. More cops does not change anything. It does not change the desire to shoot a gun. It does not change the fact that someone is going to think that it's a reality. It's a reality. You got doctors out here prescribing these kids drugs all day. That's legal. How are the drugs getting into this community? Opium comes from Afghanistan. So you mean to tell me that a terrorist can't get to this country, but opium can get to this country?
They know where.
It's coming from y'all. And I'm not talking about y'all in general, but it's the society. It's someone that's rich. It ain't no one poor. And it's someone within the government, because I guarantee you that no one, I don't care how rich you are, is flying to Afghanistan and getting through the radars unchecked.
Come on,
Are you serious? How stupid could we be?
man.
How stupid could we be? How is it getting... How is it that we have one of the highest AIDS rates in Massachusetts, one of the highest AIDS rates and a high addiction rate in Massachusetts, but we don't have any detox programs? No needle exchange? So it spreads. People think, oh, it's just the IDUs that are going to get it. But guess what? They have kids. Guess what? They have husbands. They have wives. They have partners. And guess what? Those kids that they have go to school in schools that your kids are going to go to school in. Your grandkids are going to go to school in. If we don't start seeing each other as each other, it's going to fall apart. We're going to start with community. And if you think that it's not going to affect you, it is. It's like if I had the Ebola virus and I sneeze in here, you're all infected. We have a cancer in our society. We have a cancer, and we're not taking care of it. We can't treat the symptoms. Crime is just a symptom of a disease called poverty. How is it that we have a whaling city that made fortunes, one of the richest cities in the world, and the people from the South End who are on the boats that sacrificed their life have nothing to show for it? How is it that these mills made millions of dollars, but there's nothing to show for it? It's not everyone in this room's responsibility, but we got to start looking at making sure these corporations that are parasitical in nature, that take our money but never give back. Every day we go to McDonald's and give them money, every single day, and they never give nothing back to these community programs. How can you make millions of dollars a year and see children dying in the streets, children starving, children not having food, not having education, not having after-school programs because there's no money, but we allow these businesses and corporations to come in and it's okay? How is it that there's $75,000 for cobblestone roads? You gotta stop lying to ourselves and lying to each other and deal with the truth. We need to hold each other accountable. We need to have dialogue with each other.